Welcome back everyone to another YouTube video. This is RB Sporting TV. Wanna just thank you guys for liking, sharing and subscribing to my videos. Today I'm here to talk about a very important point as it relates to the Jamaica Football Federation. So stay tuned. Yes, guys, as it relates to the Jamaica Football Federation, there have been a lot of misunderstanding in that organization. As I can see, where the Jamaica Football Federation is trying their best to recruit players to play for the national team, but it's like a team trying to get a players from every country, every league that they can possibly get players. That system don't sound too good to me, as I was sitting down at the TV 3 nights ago on August 8th. I heard they said that they want some players from the English Premier League and one that is coming into the English Premier League next season, So I was thinking to myself, what is the effectiveness of these players coming into the squad without the national team have a system in place, It was then stated by Leon Bailey, a player of the Reggae Boys, that was recruited last year, So he was saying that the national team doesn't have a system to play with, They just scout players from all about different leagues around the world. As you can see, that is what taking place, The Reggae Boys over the years failed big time. They have not been at the World Cup since 22 years now. That was when I was born, 1998. From that time the Reggae Boys have failed to make the World Cup. And that is a major downfall on the system to show that the system is lack, because when you look like team like Panama and those teams qualifying for the World Cup, they have a standard of a proper youth infrastructure. This country, the JFF don't have a standard, and they don't have any aesthetic to carry out the role that they are. When you look at the youth thing in Jamaica, most of the players that are playing in the high school, Manning Cup, Dakar Cup, after that you don't hear nothing about them. You wonder if they vanished, gone into the dark. I can speak of one player. I think that Flemings was going to be a superstar for the national team. But when you take into consideration, he's playing for the Red Bulls, When you look at players like Alex Marshall, I expect better from that young man. I thought he would be playing in some big league in Europe, but he has not matched the standard, And I'm not cursing the JFF for players not falling short to continue to pursue, to become persistent on their careers. But I just want to say that the national team is not organized to have any youth level football, They are failed on that platform, So I see youth have the talent, but they just fall towards what they want to do, So the national team again has fallen short in that department. Yeah, let's get to the meat of the matter now. As it relates to the players that Jamaica wants to play for the national team, they are considering to look at these players, Not from these players start like when they are 18, They want to take the players them now when they are in the peak of their careers, This is so funny. As I don't know if these players are really interested to play for Jamaica. The first player I'm going to talk about is Holgate, Mason Holgate from Everton. He's a 23-year-old player. He plays defensive, centre back. But I don't know if Jamaica has formally contacted Holgate's managers or anything. But I heard reports that they need this player, But Holgate, I don't know. These players have a bright future, He's a 23-year-old young man. England probably be the place where he's looking to play for. I don't know if he have Jamaica in his stars, you know, as he have Jamaican family, Jamaican background, so he is eligible to play for the national team. But I don't really know if Jamaica has contact his agent or anybody around Holgate. But I heard report that they need this player. But the another player that they are going after, interestingly, is Greenwood, the 18-year-old young star that make his debut in the Premier League this season for Manchester United. Come on, people. Tell me now, this sound like a Sterling in them days there, you know? When him did just rise up, you know? When him a 18, Jamaica did want him, and him say, England, you know? But I doubt, out of everybody on this chart, I doubt Greenwood would even come to Jamaica to play, you know? Because Gareth Southgate have him on his radar to play him in the Euro next year. So that look like an impossible one for Jamaica, not showing any stone on the country's football system. But the shades are bright on the other side, green on the grass for England than Jamaica at this point. As I move on, the other player is Niles. That player is a 22-year-old player from Arsenal. He is a very talented young man, you know. As you see, he is playing in the Premier League. He has won the FA Cup presently now, you know. But I don't really know if Niles will consider Jamaica as the country that he will want to play for, because he have a bright future. 22 years old is a long run in his career, and I think Niles should think about his future brightly, both on the club and the country, because this player is a very versatile player. He can play on the right, he can play on the defensive right, you know. He can play a left back too. This player is very talented. Niles is a very talented player from Arsenal, you know. And the other player that I want to talk about is Phillips. Many people might not know this player, but this is the most interested player on the list that the Jamaica Football Federation is eager to get. You know, Phillips is a 23-year-old young man. He plays for Leeds United. He is also the captain for that team, you know. He has just got promoted to the Premier League from the Championship, you know. So Mr. Phillips is an English born, but he have Jamaican heritage, Jamaican background. He is eligible to play for Jamaica, but you know, as Gareth Southgate is trying to get this player, Jamaica is also trying to get this player. This is one player that the Jamaica Football Association is craving over than every other player on this list. They really want Mr. Calvin, because that would be like a West Morgan come over to Jamaica, you know. You could imagine if West Morgan was playing for England, he would be big now. So that is why they want to get Phillips. But he is also a good player, you know. I'm expecting big things from him in the Premier League this season. Mr. Phillips, he can play midfield. He is one of those olden midfielders, you know. He has displayed a great level of leadership skill, characteristic that the Jamaican Football Association need, you know. And as it relates to Leon Bailey, he needs players around him like these players, you know, to motivate him, to carry on. I doubt if Leon Bailey, when he come to the national team, ever think about, say, I'm going to play out my best, you know, because Leon Bailey clearly need help in the national team. There's no way a team can just depend on a one man. A one man doesn't work in a team like Jamaica. You know, they play aggressive football. The players have no system. They just go out on the pitch. But the coach is to be blamed too. Oh, why would he pick a team that he don't even know the players good? You know, I doubt if he knows some of the players' foot that they use on the pitch. He don't know any style about the players. He don't even know the traits that a player have. He just pick a player, pick a team, know say, I have Mexico for player. And him just carry aside and say, we are going to hashtag a go play. And that can't go on in the World Cup qualification, you know, because the thing get harder. Jamaica has earned their spot in the next round of the qualification based on their ranking. They are the fourth best team in CONCACAF. So they was excluded from the first rounds of qualification because of the coronavirus. You know, so they get through. So they are just waiting on the other teams. So the qualification will start in June. But I think the Reggae Boys need to get serious on their recruiting process. Therefore, to make Qatar dream possible. And I really want to see Jamaica in Qatar, you know. You see? Go down to Qatar and we can at least win some match. Not that they had a World Cup and we just win one match with Japan. No. We are not really executing any brutal force against our Japanese friends, you know. But the Jamaica team get a hedge up with more, the goal scorer. He's now of the record, yeah, but I know that one day that record will be broken, you know. Much as Tapper is a so-called coach, you know, we can get a edge over that. Yeah, I expect great things from the Reggae Boys, you know. Yes, man. Thanks to everyone that liked this video. You know, continue to enroll in good things for your country, Jamaica, land we love, you know. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. And ensure that you share this content with your friends and family, you know, so I can get this video out there on a wider scale. Thank you, everybody.